Good morning, everyone. How are you?
Hi, good morning. Great.
Oh, good morning. Okay, let's start. So today is weekday. Today is 29th, 03. All right. So let's start. So we have done till, I guess, comparison operator, right? If I'm not wrong, we have done till comparison operator. So now let's move ahead into the next part. I guess we have done till logical operator also, right? Okay, next is okay. Let's study. So if I want to write comment, so how do you write a comment? By using a hashtag. See, member. The next operator is membership operator. Membership operator. What are there in the membership operator? Right. So one is in, second one is not in, one is not in. Now if I want to add a multiple comment, so how do I do that? So you can use single quotes three times, starting and at the end, or you can use a double quote three times, starting and ending. So see, this becomes a comment. So if you want to add a multi-line comment, you can use quotes beginning and at the end, three quotes, right? Single quote or double quote. So you can add a comment. So what is in and not in? So in and not in is like the same one we'll study to check equal to and not equal to. So suppose if I went to the grocery shop, right? Or maybe I went to shopping and I bought some stuff for myself. Maybe I bought vegetables, I bought some fruits for myself. And now what happens is that when I bought fruits, in that fruits I brought apple, I bought pineapple, I bought banana, I bought grapes. Okay, I bought it. But when I came home, I was trying to recall, did I buy apples or not? Okay. So what I tried to do, I tried to recall that did I buy apples or not. Now to get a confirmation if I had bought an apple or not. So how do I get a confirmation? Right. So what I'll do is that I will put my hand into that basket, that shopping basket, and try to check if I had bought an apples or not. So within that entire stuff, right? Within that apple, pineapple, banana, grapes, and some other shoppings I have bought. So within that, among all the entire inventories, I'll try to check that one item apple, right? If it is there, I'll say okay, yes, I have got the apples. And if I don't find apples in it, so I'll say I don't have apples in it. So in and not in works in a similar fashion. So in and not in is what, when you're trying to check a subset in the entire set, is done with the help of in and not in. So when you get finding, what I'm saying is that when you're trying to check a subset means a small portion in the entire portion, that is done with the help of in and not in. Now clear what is the membership operator? So example, as I said, when I want try to check apple within that list of inventories, maybe I bought apple, pineapple, watermelon, banana, whatever the list is there, right? Whatever the items I bought in that basket. Within that basket, I'm trying to check only one item. So that is done with the help of in and not in. So when you want to check a subset or a substring in the entire string, so how do you do that? So first I'll write a string. Okay, so maybe I'll say string, I'll call a variable as a string, and I'll say welcome to Python classes. Okay, welcome to Python classes. So see now what I'll say within print only, or you can store in a new variable or you can just say in a print. What I'm trying to check is that suppose I want to check if Python, right? Python is there or into this entire string, right? So suppose Python here is an apple, and these are all my rest of the fruits also, including apple. So I want to check Python is there or not. So I'll say Python. It's the same like when you speak in English. Python in, and what is that variable name? This is basket, right? We're trying to check in the basket. In the basket only, we have that all the fruits and whatever stuff in string. Right? I have written string. Sorry, people drink lot of string these days, so it is string. So if the answer is true, it will say true. If the answer is false, it will say false. The answer is written in the Boolean type, true and false. So similarly, if I write string, if I copy that part, string, and if I say now, see output is true. Why true it is that? Because that Python exists in the string, right? And now when I say print, right, now if I'm checking apple, right? So apple is there or not? Apple is not there. So I'll say apple in string. And if apple is there, it will say yes. If it is not there, it will say false. There's no apple word in this string, right? So we are trying to check a substring in the entire string. So that is well done with the help of in and not in. Clear? So in the first case, Python was there. So the answer is true. In the second case, the apple is not there. So it is not there in the, it is not there. That is why it was false. So similarly, now let's go to the not in part. So when I say, right, if I say print, I copy this line, right? If I copy this line and I say apple not in string. See what I'm saying is that I am saying I bought some items, right? And now I bought apple, I bought pineapple, bought banana, I bought grapes, right? But I didn't bring maybe watermelon. Watermelon was also asked to bring, but I didn't bring watermelon. So what I'll say, I didn't bring apple, watermelon, right? So watermelon is not there in the basket. So similarly, when watermelon is not there, the answer is going to be true, right? Because watermelon is not there. What I bought is only apples, pineapple, banana, and grapes. The answer is going to be true. So apple is not there in the string, right? So this is our entire string. So do we have a word called as an apple? No, we don't have. So definitely the answer is going to be true. If it was there, right? So it is not there. See, apple not there in that string. Yes or no? So it is true. In the similar fashion, right? If I copy and if I replace with this line, Python in string, right? Now if I say not in, now you tell me Python is there or not. Python is there. And I'm saying Python I am not there. So I'm saying Apple is there, right? Apple is there in the basket. But I'm saying Apple is not there. So how come it will be false? It will be true, right? Because Apple is there. I'm saying Apple is not there, but Apple exists. So if I run it, it will give me false, right? Because why? Because I am saying Python is not there in a string, but Python exists here, right? That is why it is going to be false. Clear? Got it? So in means it is trying to check if it exists or not. So it in means if you try to check it exists or not. If it is there, so just like Python is there, so it returned true. So same in the apple, I was trying to check if apple is there, so it is not there, so it returned false. Not in means with opposite, so it is saying apple not in the string. So do we have apple? No, we don't have apple. So definitely the answer is going to be true. And in the second case, we are saying Python is not there in the string, but Python is there, so that is why it is going to be false. Clear till here? Clear here or not?
Yeah.
So I'll ask you one question. Okay, I'll ask you one question. So now if I write this line of a code, now tell me what will be the output. I have written welcome to Python class, print data analyst not in string one. So the
True.
answer is going to be true, right? Because data analyst is not there in this word. This word is not there in the sentence, right? So that was the answer. Now if I say copy this part, again if I copy this part, and if I say welcome. Now, now,
False.
False.
False. Because welcome is there, right? And you're saying not there. How come it will be possible? It is there. You are saying, right? Just because of my saying it is not, it is not going to be there, right? If it is there, it is there. Okay. All right. Clear? So now this was my membership operator. So this was the fifth one. So I want to recall you one by one. So you tell me what is the first operator we have learned? There are total six categories of operator. First operator is arithmetic operator.
operator,
Second one is second one, second one, assignment operator. Third one, third one what? Comparison operator. Fourth one, hey guys, I have a job. I'm working with Intel Corporation and I'm a consultant to IBM. So I don't want a job. I think you guys want a job. Or is it me only who want to who wants to learn, who wants to enhance, excel
uh,
in the career? And I want to, guys, it's for you. After the comparison operator,
logical.
identity operator, logical operator,
Yeah,
sorry, yeah. Logical operator. After that, membership operator, right? What was the membership operator? Fifth one. And last one is identity operator. Clear? Okay.
I,
Now let's see what is identity operator. Now, if I want to add a multi-line comment, how do I add a multi-line comment? If I want to add a multi-line comment, so how do I do that? So you use single quote three times or double quote in three times. So within that, you get that, what do you say? Multi-line comment. Okay. So next one is, first one is. It is denoted by equal, which is not denoted, which can see it is similar like equal to, and is not, is not, which is denoted by not equal to. Now what do you say? What is difference between is and not is? Is not. Yes, tell me. So is means equal to, right? It is denoted by same one, which is we have learned till now in the comparison operator. So when I say x is equals to 10, right, and x is equals to 10, and y is equals to 20. And when you say print x is y, x is y. What is the output you are going to get? What is the value of x? X is 10, right? So here I'll write what happens at the back end. So x is 10. So you're trying to check 10 is 20. So is it true that 10 is equal to, right? That means what? That 10 equal to 20. So x is 10 and y is 20. So is 10 equal to 20? No, that is why it was false. But if I make it 100 and if I make it 100, now what is going to happen? Now the answer is going to be true. Why? Because 100 is equal to 100. So what is this? This is a substitute, you can say, when you want to check a particular value, right? If I want to check a particular value with the another value, so you can use is. So and then when you want to check not equal to, is the same one. When I say print x is not y. So in this case, what is going to happen? So 100 is equal to 100, right? 100 is 100. And now I'm saying 100 is not 100. So in that case, the output is going to be false. Got it? So what is identity operator? So is and not is equal to, same that we have learned in the comparison operator, equal to and not equal to. Understand the difference between equal to and not equal to. So this equal to is nothing but when this, just a second, just a second, just a second. Sorry, there was someone at the door. Mhm. So now I was talking about equal to and not equal to. So what equal to means what? So when you say, sorry, not equal to. So equal to means what? Here means LHS. LHS has to be same just like RHS. This is called as equal to. And when you talk about single equal to, this means what you're trying to assign. So when I say LHS equals to, and here, if it is RHS, right? RHS. So this means what? This value will be assigned to a variable. So this will be a variable and this will be a value. When you talk about single equal to, because this is an assignment operator, assigning the right hand side value to a left hand side variable. So left hand side will be variable and right hand side will be a value in the case of single equal to. And when you say LHS double equal to RHS, that means what? Both the values are same. There is no difference. Clear? Got the difference between double equal to and single equal to? Okay. Now let's have one program and then I'll ask you to write a program. Okay. Now, what is the area of circle? What is the formula for area of circle? Let's have a small look, question. What is the area of circle? Like 2 pi r, if I'm not wrong, right? So, right, if I want to find out, let's write a program to find out a small program, area of circle. Yes or no? What is the area of circle? Area of circle is, right? What is the area of circle? It is 2 pi r, right? 2 pi r, where pi value is constant, right? Where pi is equals to constant. What is the constant value? 3.14, right? So now if I want to write a program, right? So every time the first program that people learn is hello world. So Python is very simple. When you just say hello world, see hello world, you get that output called as a hello world. Okay, so I'll show you. Just give me a second. I'll show you on slide that how difference you can see in the Python and other languages. So give me a second. I'll show you a slide. I want to show you a slide. Mm, mm. So I'll show you a slide. If you are able to see the slide, you just let me know. See, so introduction to Python programming. So this is what I covered in the duration of this demo. If you were there, it's good. So now see, Python is used everywhere. Now look at this slide, right? Are you able to see my slide? Are you able to
Yeah,
see my slide?
yes,
So you see, I tried to write the same right first code. Any person who starts learning coding in any of the language, no matter what language you're learning, first thing what a person starts learning is typing or generating output called as a hello world. Okay, so you can look at it. I have written the same logic to generate output called hello world in C++, C and Java and Python. You can see C++ takes 6 lines of a code to generate the output called as hello world. C program takes 5 lines of a code to generate the same output called as a hello world. Java takes a 7 line of a code to generate the same output called as a hello world. Whereas Python, first of all, look at the complexity. How many braces you are using in Python? Zero braces, right? So first of all, it reduces the complexity of writing the program. No complexity. And second, look at the line of a code, that how easy and convenient it is to write a logic and write a piece of code in Python. I just speak in English. Hello world. What I need to do is that put in the print function. We have grew up, right, in such a way that we know that if I want to print anything, I know I go to the shop of photocopier or Xerox, I say print de do bhaiya. So he says print. Print means what? Just create an hard copy. We know that. Just put that word into print and it gives the output. And if I'm getting the same output in one line of a code with no complexity and very easy and very convenient way, why do I learn another language? Right? And it's not that you might think, sir, it might provide the security, etc. Nothing. Python is also a OOPS language. OOPS means what? Object oriented programming language. It provides the same safety, same security as like other languages provide. Java provides, C Sharp provides the same concept. Nothing has been different. Only the thing is that why people love Python, because of its easiness. Okay, clear? So that is why. So if I want to print the first program called as hello world, so no braces, no data type, no function, nothing, just say hello world. Okay. So this is the first program you have written. So now let's write our first program after hello world to see how do you create a area of circle. Okay, I guess there is one new person, Naga. So you were there on the first day, or is it the first day of yours? Naga, can you just unmute yourself? Are you able to hear me? Naga,
Yeah,
you're
hello.
there or
Hi.
you're not
Yeah.
able to hear?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
hi.
able to
Good
hear
morning.
you. Sorry. Yeah. Hi, good morning. And this is my first day actually.
Okay, this is
Hello.
your first day. So you're for data science or data analytics?
Yeah, I'm not yet decided going forward I will decide.
Okay, okay. Because see, our session started on Tuesday. No, not Tuesday. Today is Friday, right? Wednesday. So Monday and Tuesday it was holiday because of Holi. So we have started on Wednesday. So today is Friday. So we have done two sessions because we have started with regular batch. Okay, not a problem. You just try to attend. So your educational background is engineering or some other field?
Yeah, engineering. Engineering.
Okay, you're a working professional, right? All right. So let's find out the area of circle. How do we find out the area of circle? Okay. So now if I want to find out area of circle, so I'll write a radius. So first what you need to find is a radius. So radius, I'll call a variable as a radius. So maybe I'll call radius is phi. Okay. And then we need a pi value. What is the pi value? So pi is equals to 3.14. And now let's calculate area of circle. So what is area of circle? Area of circle. First, you tell me is equals to. So, what is the formula? 2 into pi into r. Right, r. Right. And now when I say print area of circle, area of circle. If I run it, okay, I get an error called as a syntax error. So, help me fix this error. What do you think? What is the problem with this error? Help me fix the error. What do you think? What is the error? What is the error? So you can see when I was talking about the variable, how do you declare a variable? In the variable, you cannot have a gap between the words, right? So I need to use a underscore, or you just do not use any space between them, right? You cannot have a space between them. So now see, and when I just copy this part, same, and if I paste it here, I get that area of circle. So what is area of circle? 31.5. So when radius is 5, so you get that circle, area of circle is 31.40. Now what I want to do is that I want to make this radius dynamic, right? Suppose now radius is 5, so the output is 31.4. Sometime now what will happen? Now my radius is something else. Now maybe sometimes my radius is 7, it might be 10, it might be 15, it might be 20. So every time when I'm running a code, my radius is changing. So how do I make this radius changeable? What I need to write instead of 5, what should I write? What should I write? What do you think? What should I write? So
I
can I
think
use a function called? Ah, yes. So I need to use a function called as an input, which makes it a runtime. Very good. So I'll say label called as enter the radius. So this will be displayed and a text box will be shown. So now when I say again I, so I'll get output called as area of circle. So now it is float. See what it is saying. Can't multiply sequence of non-integer of type float. So I'll tell you this input function we are using, right? So we have seen that if I want to check the data type, right? So now this pi is a variable, just like radius, right? This is a radius, this is a variable which is holding the value from input function. This pi is also a variable which is holding 3.14, right? So what I'll do is that for a while, I'll just control X and I'll write 5 and print, I will print a data type of it. I want to check the data type of it. How do you check the data type? With the help of function called type. And I'll pass as variable name radius and I'll print it. So see, what is the type of radius? What is the type? Type means data type. So radius is holding a value of integer, right? So that is why output is integer. Yes or no? Now when I replace this 5 with input, right? And now it is throwing an error, right? So I'll comment this for a while and I'll check the type of radius. Now see, now it was 5, so it was saying integer, right? And when I run it now, radius 5, what it is saying? It is saying radius has the value called as string. Radius has the value called as a string. It should say integer. Even though I have entered 5, it is saying string. And we have tried, we know that we cannot do a concatenation, right? Concatenation or addition, multiplication with a string and integer. So this radius has to be integer, right? So this is string, we need to convert it into radius, right? So we need to convert the data type. Convert means what? We need to change the data type. What is the what is the current data type? It is string. We need to convert it into integer. So how do you do that? It's called as a typecasting. Typecasting means what? Example, now suppose when I was a kid, suppose in the 8th standard or 10th standard, maybe consider. So what happened is that sometimes I didn't feel to study. I didn't feel to study. But what happened is that my mom used to come into my room and forcefully study. Right. You have to study. You have to study. She never said sometimes to go out when I don't feel to go and play. She never said that go and play. But when it comes to the study, even though I was not interested sometimes, what she made is that you have to study. If you do not study, you will fail. So what is doing is that we're trying to forcefully impose that person to make study. So similarly, now this nature, the nature of this input function is that it is of string data type. So we need to convert into integer. If we do not convert that into integer, our output will not be there because we have studied in the operators that there is no addition or concatenation between a hybridization between an integer and string. Either they need to be integer or they need to be string, right? Either one of them. So that is called the typecasting, conversion of one form to the another one. So string to be converted into integer, not necessary you can convert into integer. So you can convert integer into float, string into another data type. I will tell you how you can do that in when we go to learn from. First we need to learn data type. For that, what are the different data type, and then you will understand what can be converted. So here it is called the typecasting, that method to convert one data type into another is called as a typecasting. So now when I say how do you do that, you just need to add that data type in the front of that thing. So when I say int at the beginning and I pass into the parenthesis, now see when I run and I say the same input called as a 5, now look at the output. Where the output was string, now the output is converted into integer. And now if I uncomment this part, so now when I uncomment this part, now you will not get an error. So when I say 5, so the output is 13.40. Now see, we have made it dynamic. So you just run a piece of code. So if I say 7, so the output is going to be 43.96. Again I run, now my radius becomes 10, the output is 62. This is what now I made it dynamic. Clear, got it? What I am trying to teach you? Yes or no? Chandu, Bhanushri and Naga. Is it clear? Okay. So same piece of code, open your Colab, write the same piece of a code and generate the output. And I will tell you what input you have to give and just tell me what is the output on your screen. So what I'll do is that I'll just scroll the screen up so that you do not copy my code. So just write on your system the same piece of a code. Naga, you got it? Okay. Bhanushri
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Chandu.
Yeah, we got it.
Okay, Naga, you got it? Okay.
yeah, yes.
Because this is your first day, because we started on Wednesday, we started with the operators. If you are from the engineering background, you have learned Python, so it's okay. So if you're not a problem, you can just go through that 2 days recording, Wednesday and Thursday, to find out what we have completed. And demo we had early, so maybe you have missed that part. Not a problem, but you can just go through it. And if you just feel any queries or any question, so Saturday and Sundays are off, so you can just ask me on Monday.
Sure,
Okay,
sure.
so
Thank
may
you.
I know your educational background? Like you're completed engineering and you're working, or you're not working right now?
Yeah, I'm working as a software engineer in Wipro.
Okay, you're working as a software engineer in Wipro. Under which domain?
It is testing domain.
Testing. Okay, so it is like Selenium testing, or which? What are you using for the testing purpose?
Yeah, yeah,
Which
yeah.
tools?
Selenium, APM, automation.
Okay, Selenium in API automation. Okay, great. All right, not a problem. So once you have done this code, you let me know. So now what I want to do is that I want you to find the area of, sorry, area I'm saying, area of circle we have found. I want you to find volume of cylinder. I want you to find volume of cylinder. What is the volume of cylinder? Volume of cylinder is pi r square h, right? We have pi, that is 2.4. We have radius, we have radius square, and then h. So what is the formula of volume of cylinder? The volume of cylinder is right over here. So formula is uh, pi, remember, pi r square, right? R square h, pi r square h. So pi r square h. So how do you write it? Now you write. So pi r square, see I have written over here. Pi r square h, or I have written here also pi r square h. So how do you calculate a volume of cylinder? So we need a radius, we need a pi. Pi is constant 3.14. Then height. How do you? Once you have done, just paste your code into this chat box. Send me your logic in the chat box. So I'll copy and I'll paste it into my collab and run that code. Once you're done, just let me know. The next question is, once you're done, you let me know. Find the circumference of circle. Just 2 pi r. How do you go to collab? Go to collab, right? You just need your email ID to log in. With the help of email ID, you can just log in. Once you have written a piece of code, whatever the logic you have written, just send it to in the send it in the chat box. Naga, you can also try. Guys, is it's taking so long for you to write one single line of a code? I have not received one single message in the chat box. What is taking you so long time? Chandu, Bhanushri, I have not asked you to present your screen. If I ask you present of the screen, then what will happen? Hurry up, we are going to start data types. Chandu and Bhanushri, are you able to hear me? When teacher gives the assignment, students become deaf and dumb. Is it natural or I don't know? And also people disappear. If you want to the people disappear, give them assignment. They will disappear. As of now, as of like they never exist. Send me in the chat box whatever the code you have written. Remember the way you declare your variable. From the variable only, I'll figure out that you have copied or you have just do googling or you have used ChatGPT. From your way of writing of variable only, forget about the logic. Only you declare a variable, from that only I'll tell you whether you have copied or not, or you have written your own. That is called an experience. But it is taking so long. I don't know why it is taking so long. Bhanushri, send me your code. What you need to do is that just copy and just paste it here. All right. So let's write that volume of cylinder. So how do you do that? I want radius and height, right? So I'll say radius is equals to input, right? If I want it to run time, or you can just pass a value. So I'll say enter the radius, right? So I want height also. I'll say height, HEIGST. I'll say input, enter the height, enter the height, HEIGHT. And now pi is constant. So pi is equals to 0.14. So what is the volume of cylinder? The formula is pi into, right, r square. So I'll say r square is radius. So if you want to make it square, so you can say radius into radius is one form, or you can say exponent. Exponent means double star. Exponent of 2. We want power to the power of 2 with base 10, right? And then into height, HEIGHT, and then store in a variable. So I'll call as a volume of cylinder, and then say is equals to, and then at the end print that variable. Is it correct? Is it correct or not? Or some change? Okay. If I run,
I we have to keep integer.
we have to.
Uh, Keep int in the input radius and
So we
height.
need to convert, right?
Yeah,
We need to convert that input into integer. If I keep this way, what will happen? First, justify. If I keep this way, what will happen?
it will throw an error like it is string.
Right. This because the nature of this is string, and if you trying to do some arithmetic operation, this is an arithmetic operation, right? Multiplication, addition. So if you try to do an arithmetic operation with a string and integer, so it will throw an error because it's an hybridization. It's need to be of same data type. So we need to do a typecasting. So I'll say int, right? Instead of int, if I say float, what any problem? If I say float, now it's okay or any other changes? So if I run, so now previously I was using int. Now let's some try with some another part called as a float. Float means what? Nothing but decimal value. So like 21.45 or maybe 89.6 or maybe 99.0. This is what which comes in the decimal place where there is a decimal, right? Where there is a dot between two different values, right? Okay. So now if I run it, enter the radius. So I'll say 8. Height is 10. Okay, I got the output called as the volume of cylinder. I didn't get that output. Now, can you help me why I didn't get an output? Why I didn't get an output?
Because we entered the integer number, not the decimal number.
No, look at it. We have passed that volume of cylinder, that variable in the quotes, right? And when you pass anything in the quote in the print, that will be printed. That will be considered as a hard coded sentence. So when I remove that quote and now when I run it, so I'll pass the same value 8 and height is 10 and output is 2009.60. You can check at your side and let me know what is the output. Enter the same value, enter the radius as 8, enter the height as 10, and just let me know what is the output. Let's check it over here. So our radius was 8. So let's do it on a real time on Google. So and radius was 8 and height was 10. So output is 2010, right? 2010. And my answer is 2009, right? So it's almost the same. There's a difference of only 0.01. Look at it. My output 2009 and look at their output. It's the same one. Got it? So let's run it again and let's change some value. So maybe I'll say and radius center as 15 and height is like 21. Output is 14836. So let's check at this part. So I'll say height is 15 and what is sorry, radius is 15 and height is 21. See, it's exactly perfectly same 14844 and my answer is also same 14844. Clear? Got it? Yes or no?
Yes, we got it.
Okay. You can just convert. You have to what specific. You can just do this way int or float. 15, 21, 14836. Okay. Clear? Okay. So what is your logic to find out circumference of circle? What is the first circumference of circle? What logic you have written to find out circumference of circle? Send me your logic. Send me your code. Send me your piece of code in the chat box. Copy that. Send it over here. You have written or not? Okay, if not, try at home and just let me know. If you have written, send it here. If not, then send it later on. Okay. So now let's see data types. Right now we are done with operators. Now so let's see data type. Now data types is what whatever you're going to learn, right? When you're going to learn data analytics or data science, in this world, everything consists of a data, right? Data means what? Information, right? So now data is consist of information. Now when you talk about when you want to prepare your Aadhaar card, right? So now when you go to the person, right, the agent who prepares Aadhaar card, so he'll start asking some of the information about yourself. So he will be sitting in front of camera, or sorry, he'll be sitting in front of computer. He has that page which has some or right what some credentials that has to be filled to before he can generate an Aadhaar card for you. So he'll ask, what is your first name? What is your first name? So you'll tell Sangram. What is your last name? You'll say Bagadi. So what is your educational qualification? You'll say Bachelor of Engineering, right? Your work experience, or whatever, some of the information, your mobile number, your address, your gender, etc. And he'll keep filling that information, whatever you're going to answer to that particular question, right? And after that, he will submit, and after few days, you will receive your Aadhaar card on your address. So now what happened is that the data that has been entered. Now when you were asked a name, so you told Sangram. So now that Sangram is a letter, right? That is an alphabet, Sangram. And when your age was asked, you said like 31. And when the mobile number was asked, you said your mobile number, that is an integer. And when email was asked, you told it in alphanumeric form. Alphanumeric means what? It consists of alphabets, it consists of numbers, and it also consists of special characters. Got it? So you can see in name there is a pure string data. String means what? Only letters. Have you heard about any name in this world saying my name is Sangram 10, or my name is Chandu 22, or my name is Bhanushri 33? Have you ever heard the name in such a form? Or maybe my name is underscore Sangram. No, your name consists of only letters. And when you talk about age, have you heard about age calling like my age is 23.6, right? 31.5. No, you say, okay, am I 31, 32, 33, 45, 50, whatever, right? Mobile number also same, 9096, whatever number is there. So what I'm talking about, look at the data type. When you talk about the name, it's only letters. When you talk about age, it's only integers. When you talk about email ID, it's a combination of numbers and letters and special character. When you talk about again mobile number, it's a pure integer just like your age. Now, if I come to your height, right? When you come to your height, so if I talk about centimeters, so in centimeter, your height is pure in which format? Integer or float? Float means decimal. In which format is your height when I talk about centimeters or meters? Not meters, but I talk about centimeters. If you talk about centimeter, your height is in which format? Integer or float? Float means decimal. Tell me. So your height is in
Integer.
which format? Right? Pure integer, right? You cannot say, when I talk about centimeter, you never say 41, 40.56, right? You say 141 centimeter, 150 centimeter, 160 centimeter. Now, when I talk about your weight, now you tell me what is your weight. How you tell your weight? So sometimes you may say 72.68 grams, right? Or maybe 84.50 grams. So you talk about floats, right? So similarly, in when you're talking about why I'm trying to tell you of this, all the examples and what I'm trying to make you understand at the end is that when you're talking about the data types, data is going to come into different formats, right? Sometimes the data is going to be in integers, sometimes it's going to be in the decimal, sometimes it's going to be into the string, sometimes it's going to be the combination of integer and string, sometimes it's going to be combination of float and string, sometimes it's going to be combination of integer, float, string, special characters, anything. So now let's see what are the different data types. That is what different data types or measurements we can say. What are the units here? So now in Python, the there are two different categories of data. So let's see what are those categories. So I'll say category, right? So one is numeric. Let me scroll it up. So one is numeric data, and second one is categorical data. Category. My English is poor. Help me with the spelling. What is the spelling of category? I'll call as classification instead of classification. Classi- Are you able to see my screen? I'm writing something on my screen. Are you able to see it or not?
Yeah.
Okay, great then. Okay, numeric and classification. Now, from the word one itself, numeric is clear. Now, what can be under numeric? So, in the numeric, it will be integer, right, which is a pure number. So, for example, I can say example 10, 20, 11, single value is 9, 8, so 0. This is our pure number. So, in integer also, not necessarily finite number, you can include minus number also, minus 1, minus 11, minus 99, because but the see at the end these are pure numbers, right? There's no decimal. It is only the operators are different. So this is a plus number and this is a minus number, but it's an integer. Now second is float. Float. So what is float? Float consists of decimal point. So example I can say 78.90, right, where you can say maybe weight can be measured in float, right, height can be measured or age can be measured in integer or mobile number, and maybe 21.0, see 21.0, 21.0, and 21 is different. So when you try to check 21, it will be integer, and when you say 21.0, it is going to be float. Remember the difference. It's not the same. Even point zero has no value. That doesn't mean human mind is different. This is machine. This is a command. This has been trained. This is an algorithm. It works according to the input which are already fed into the computer. So for computer, 21.0 is different and 21 is different. Okay, maybe minus 34.78 or maybe minus 12.12. Got it? So this can be the got it. And next, last one is complex. The next one is complex. So complex is nothing. We don't use complex numbers. So its example is like iota form. So iota is like what is that? I forgot. Uh, the iota is 3 point, or maybe example I'll say 3 plus 4 j. So here j is universal constant. Iota, right? We have learned in the school that is 3 plus 4 I. We used to call as an I. Here in Python there is no I. Instead of I, the alphabet is replaced with j, and the universal value of that j is minus 1. So the value of iota is minus 1. We know that we have studied, right? So this is a complex. So numeric consists of three types, right? Integer, float, and complex. So integer means what? Plus and minus, but pure numbers, right? Which consist of only pure numbers. Positive, negative, both included. Second one is float, which consists of decimal point in between. On complex is iota is there, right? And what is the value of iota? Iota is always minus 1. Clear? And in the classification, right? So see, data types are categorized into two format, categorized into two category. One is numeric and second one is classification. In the numeric, we have three: integer, float, and complex. Now let's see what is into the classification. So classification, we have string, we have list. See how is string denoted? String is denoted as str. So this is a reserved keyword. Okay. Remember when you are using one more thing, when you are using a variable. So these are variables: radius, height, y, volume of cylinder. So whatever is on the left hand side when you're using equal to, right, whatever is on the left hand side, that also called, they are called as a variables. So when you're trying to use a variable, you never use that words which are a reserved keywords. So reserved keywords means what? If I write str, look at it, the color of radius, look at the color of pi, look at the color of volume of cylinder, those are also variable. Those are a black, but look at it, look at this color, it is blue. This means what? It is a reserved keyword. See, in int is also a reserved keyword. Reserved means what? It has a special meaning in Python. So that means what? It is designed some for some purpose. So you cannot use that word as a variable. So instead of str you can use str1. See, you can use str1 because str1 has no meaning in Python, but str has a meaning. And what is the meaning of str? It means string. Got it? So you do not use a reserved keyword. G-I-G-H-T. So where was that? The string, list, tuple, and dictionary. Last one is set. So in the classification, there are five types. One is string, one is list, one is tuple, one is dictionary, and one is set. Clear? So what are the data types? Data type class categorized into two categories. One is numeric and one is classification. In the numeric, there are only three types. One is integer, float, and complex. In classification, there are five types. One is string, which is denoted by str. List is list. Tuple is denoted by tuple only. Dictionary is denoted by dict. Set is denoted by set. What are those? How do you go into what consists of that? What are the functions in it? How do you use that in Python, etc.? One by one, we are going to learn from upcoming Monday. But more over to it, the last point for the day is that data type in Python. See, data type in Python are divided in two parts. This this numeric and classification, these are categories. What you talk about all the data types. All the data types is what? Just five plus three, total eight. So this do not talk about focus on category. Focus upon that entire eight data types, right? These are five and these are three. So that all the eight data types, right? So if I say all data type, all eight in Python are divided into two parts. And what are those two parts? A, one is mutable, and B, second one is immutable. Now, what is meaning of literal meaning? So mutable means what? Mutable means changeable. Mutable means what? Changeable. And that means what? Changeable is what? When I was talking about this input, I'm telling, for example, suppose when I'm using this input function. So when I run this input, when I run this code, what happens is that when I run this code in input function, I'm able to insert the values, new values every single time I run. So that means what? Whenever you're trying to do some operation, some data types gives you such kind of a property that you can change the values as well. So that is called as a changeable. That is called a mutable. And immutable means what? Immutable means what? Unchangeable. Unchangeable. Some data types are so fixed that you cannot change the values. So it's not that only classification will be changeable, or maybe integer will be non-changeable, or integer may be changeable and tuple may be not changeable. Not like that. It's all odd eight, which is divided into two categories. Out of that eight, which are changeable and which are not changeable, we'll learn on Monday. Just remember this one thing. So once again, in a simpler words, I repeat. So data types are divided into two categories. One is numeric and second one is classification. In numeric, there are three types. One is integer, one is float, and one is complex. In classification, there are five types, which consist of string, list, tuple, dictionary, and set. Moreover to it, those all eight data types, right? In Python, there are eight data types. Those are divided into two parts. One is mutable and second is immutable. Now, mutable means what? Changeable. This can change according to the situation, according to time, whatever we can say. And unchangeable means what? Those are fixed. Whatever happens, that will not change. Their property, their function, their behavior will not change. And now, out of that eight, which are mutable and which are immutable, we will see on Monday. Got it? Clear till here?
Yeah.
All right. So now one question was there, that was circumference of circle. So practice that, and we will meet on Monday. Tomorrow is Saturday. Yes. So Saturday and Sunday, IT people will never be seen anywhere. So you do not try to reach up to me on Saturday and Sunday. I will not be seen. I will be seen directly on Monday now. Okay. So Saturday and Sunday is the only day that IT people get to enjoy. Rest of the day you will see working 18 hours also. So now it's time for weekend. So go out and enjoy your weekend from tomorrow. And now we'll catch on Monday morning at 8 o'clock IST. So till then, guys, enjoy. Bye bye. And practice whatever has been taught till now. All the operators, six types of operators, right? Starting from arithmetic and ending with identity. And practice all the problems what you have tried to do. Even you try to practice something out of your box, it is okay. If not, whatever taught, that is also sufficient as of now. Okay, now depending upon your own choice. Okay, now let's meet on Monday IST. Okay, and practice and just be prepared with that problem, that assignment. As I said, circumference of circle, right? And I want to see on Monday first thing that. Okay, chalo, bye bye, take care, and have a good day. Bye everyone.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Welcome. Bye.